Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Coming to you from sunny Dubai. I was having an interesting conversation with one of my strategic clients here in Dubai, and a very good question or a very good topic came up saying, how do you ensure that your strategy document and then a roadmap that leads from a strategy document is alive and kicking? Most of the time, strategy documents are written such that it's more of a tick in the box, and it's never to be opened again. So it basically it fails in its objectives of why a strategy document was written. Um, and most of the time, a strategy document is used in order to work with the board to ensure that appropriate budgeting is considered for, be it IT investments or cybersecurity investments for the organization. So, what does it look like? When you think of uh, a story that you actually tell the board on why you need certain investments in certain areas of the organization, IT or cybersecurity. How do you move that story into a strategic document? And the document basically should be a living document, because ultimately, end of the day, that's the story that the board has bought in, and they're bought into, and they have provided certain budgets or approvals to go ahead with certain activities like digital transformation or improvement in the cybersecurity posture of the organization, any of those activities. Um, so I believe the most important or the fundamental part of writing a strategy document should basically encompass one is what are the business objectives or the goals that the organization is looking to achieve. That should be followed by the capabilities that need to be brought in place in order to achieve those business outcomes. And then obviously you need to have metrics and KPIs. Without measuring something, you can't actually ensure that it is doing what it's supposed to do. So metrics and KPIs play a very big role. So in typical fashion, if you're going to take an example, so your areas within your business outcomes or business goals could be things like operational excellence, or it could be ensuring profitability of the business, or it could be also improving customer experience. And from a cybersecurity point, it could also be around ensuring you're compliant with the applicable legislations or regulations within the regions that you operate. So if you actually take these kind of business outcomes as some of the drivers for your strategic plan, then the capabilities that you need to put in place behind those make a big difference. So if you take, for example, customer experience, improving customer experience, or improving customer excellence. So some of the things like having a data-driven customer engagement plays a big role, and obviously data, as we know, is behind majority of the decisions by organizations nowadays. So when you put data as the center of your decision making, then that becomes a big win. And from a cybersecurity, when we talk of compliance being one of the big drivers for certain industries in certain regions, like for example, if it is GDPR, right? You need to ensure that the kind of controls around data, or the kind of processes that are implemented around privacy and protection, are up to date. And similar actions, strategic actions, what I call as, are needed for each of the other areas of the business outcomes that the organization is looking to achieve. Following the actions, strategic actions that are agreed, then you develop a roadmap, and the roadmap basically covers these actions that will be implemented based on timelines, certain timelines, Q1, Q2, Q3 of a particular year, and those actions within the roadmap basically will drive how much of an investment or budget that you need to set aside. So ultimately, you're going to use metrics and KPIs, things like how the improvement, what kind of improvement you're seeing. You're going to measure how these are, how these strategic actions are helping the organization. That ultimately will lead to your return on investment conversations with your board or your senior management. Hope this helps. If you need to discuss more, feel free to ping me, DM me, or even email me on dj at ciso360.com.au, and I'm always happy to have a chat around this. Hopefully this helps. Look forward to speaking to you soon.